The advice I would give to parents about choosing a preschool is to follow your gut instinct. You might have a lot of friends who are choosing to go to a different school because that's where all their friends are going. But the bottom line is, and you'll learn this maybe the hard way and maybe not, it's all about your child. And where do you see your child growing and nurturing and becoming who you want them to be? And that's how you choose the school that you go send them to. And I chose my children to come to the J preschool because that's what it was. It was nurturing and kind and genuine, and that's all I want for my children. I did the Mommy and Me program here, and I originally was not so sure because I live out north and was thinking that the drive would probably not be optimal, but I wanted a place that was nurturing and safe and loving and kind. And you know, the twins were born prematurely, so I was really concerned about them being kind of lost in the shuffle and not getting their needs met. And I looked at all the other preschools, and this one just felt like home, and so that's why we chose it. Everyone knew who my kids were, and everyone made my kids feel important and special and loved. And as a parent, all the other stuff comes in time, but you know what? That's all you can ask for. I've always said, kind of the one-stop shop approach. I mean, I can drop my kids off, I can go exercise, I can go swimming, I don't play tennis, but if I did, I could play tennis. It's convenient to everything. That's one aspect of it. The other aspect is you have everything here. You have someone who does music, you have someone who does discovery and science. You have this great learning loft where you can have all these different themes that change every 6 weeks so the kids can experiment, and you have the dance programs. You have just everything you need here. They've all done ballet and dance, and they've done gymnastics some, and they did swimming lessons every year. So we've certainly taken advantage of it. And right now my youngest is in Pass the Peas, which is the manners class. She loves that. It's been fun. I personally felt that the kindergarten preparation has been amazing. I really, truly feel, it's my belief as a parent, my husband's too, that my children have the rest of their school years to get those 1, 2, 3 ABCs. And they got that, but they also had so much more. They have a garden outside. They have a playground outside. They have everything in the classroom that you would typically have. But you know, let's talk about spaceships. So we all brought in gallon jugs of empty milk cartons, and they built a spaceship out of it, and the unit was on spaceships. I mean, it just takes off to where the kids are thinking. On rainy days, they go splash in the puddles. When it was snowing in February, they got the boots on and their mittens on, and they went and built a snowman. And what a wonderful picture I have now forever from that. On cloudy days, they go and lay down and look at the clouds. They go on nature walks and collect nature items, and then do projects with what they find. It just, everything that you could ask for to lead them to go into kindergarten. And then once they're in kindergarten, every kid has to be brought up to the same level. And you know what? My kids were already there, and it was really a privilege to watch them. And they're in first grade now, and reading and writing and socializing and just happy. And that's as a parent, all I could ask for. 100% self-esteem. I mean, to know that every time she walked in this place, everyone's like, "Hi Grace, how are you? Hi Rachel, how are you?" And she's a twin, so it's always been important to me that she is appreciated for who she is as an individual. And I think that was an amazing part of her coming here, is everyone knew Grace for Grace, her infectious laugh and her self-esteem and her joy of learning and everything. So for her, it was an amazing experience. The girls made a bunch of really good friends, and they have a wonderful relationship they have. And the most special part about it is they see each other every year at camp. We might not see each other as much during the year, but we certainly do at camp. And it's a really nice thing to think that they can always look back on those memories. When I pick them up and they don't stop talking about their day, I know they're happy here. I know that they've had a great day, and who did you sit next to at lunch? I don't remember, I just remember how much fun I had on the playground. And then 5 minutes later on the car ride home, "Oh, Mommy, I remember who I sat next to at lunch, and this is what we talked about." And they're happy kids. I think it's important to have your preschool accredited by the NAEYC, because it legitimizes everything that goes in, and you know that all the processes in place, that someone else is kind of watching out for them. And from a safety point of view and a ratio point of view and a food safety point of view, I think all those things are very important and something that you might not think about, but once you realize that someone is watching over it, it's a good thing to have. From a Jewish aspect, I think it's been very good for my husband and myself. I grew up conservative, and he's grown up reform, and you kind of wonder how it is you're going to teach your children what you want them to know. And I can be more impressed with what the J has offered in that regard, because not everyone who goes here is Jewish, and it's a nice learning tool. They give enough for the kids to understand, but it's not so much that it's kind of overwhelming. So it's been a very positive experience in that regard. For the people who aren't Jewish, I think it's an amazing experience for them. I think to go and put your child in an environment that's not your own is so open-minded, and so for me as a parent, it's been a great learning experience too, and I'm sure for the children it is as well. My husband and I believe that we want our children to grow up and be happy and healthy, little people to grow up and to be big people that are happy and healthy. And I think the foundations, if you're going to take the time to send them to preschool, are really important. And we couldn't be happier with what our children have turned out from being in this program.